Hello guys and welcome back to EIR. We are here for round 9 of the championship. We're here for the Hungarian Grand Prix. As we're waiting for the drivers to do what they need to do, I will go through a couple of facts. I forgot to put circuit length. Oh well, it's like 4 miles, 4 kilometers long. First held in 1936. It has been held for a number of 39 times. The most wins as a driver is Lewis Hamilton with a total of 8. Wins as a constructor is Ferrari with 11. 14 corners. 2 tracks have been used for the Hungarian Grand Prix. You had the Netliget Park and the Hungaroring, which is where we are at now. And there is 2 DRS zones down into turn 1 and then out of turn 1. Circuit length is, I think, 4.3 kilometers long or something like that. But we are here. Good evening, everybody. I hope you are all well. Reese is going to be serving his, what is it? Yeah, that. Qualifying ban. As we have cars out on the circuit already. We have the Haas, both of the Alfa Romeos, which we have 2 new drivers, as you can see. We have Optimus, who recently joined. This is his first race. He is in the Haas. And then we also have Pulse Ray as well. Unfortunately, Light Shock isn't here. And Andy isn't here. Andy isn't here due to internet connection issues. And Light Shock isn't here for work commitments. And Despair, I believe, is away on holiday, just like I will be in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, I would, but Reese is serving a qualifying ban, so I can't go on board with him. I'll just stay on board with you. There you go. Look. Oh, it's not. It's actually Reese. Great. I thought that was bloody Pulse Ray talking to me. Right, let's get on board with Optimus. He is a part of a league that I also do comms for. The same as actually Pulse Ray, who actually has his own league now. I would say I'll link it in the chat, but I don't actually know what the Discord link is. But anyway, Optimus into turn 1. 14 corners around this lovely track, and he's invalidated already. Quick. Let's jump on board with Pulse Ray, who will be the second driver to set a lap. We have Chris joining soon. He's dropping off the kids, I guess you can say. Keeping it just about within track limits there. So Pulse Ray, new to the league, but known quite well. They were all having a lovely laugh in the party just before the session started, and apparently he has a spider in his room the size of his nan's coffin. His words, not mine. Very odd thing to say to people that you haven't really spoke to, but it was a laugh anyway. As he rounds the second to last corner, I don't think he's going to get too much in the way of the car in front of him. A lot of drivers coming out onto track fairly early, and Pulse Rate to the line. It's going to be a 15.8 for the drivers to beat. And Cronin's finger, about 2 seconds, 1.5 off his teammate, who will be the next car to cross the line. I believe it is a Ferrari. Well, it won't be that one, it'll be Havoc, I believe. It will be indeed. He had a flag in Sector 1. Hello, Adam. Hope you're well, mate. So as we had a sprint race last week, Adam didn't finish in the points of the sprint, but he is still the only driver to finish in the points of every main race. So he still has that going for him for tonight. Anyway, Havoc, 17.5. He's quite far off the pace. He did say Hungary isn't his best track, so Maybe he's got a little bit more time in to go. Bradford goes up into P4. Simple Chris has finally joined the session. Who's next going to be crossing the line? It's going to be Albany, I think. There is a car just ahead of him. That's Gangster Al going into 5th. But here comes Albany. I imagine this will go straight to the top. It does. Not too far off there. And here comes Optimus. Moves up to 4th. Got a Red Bull of Squire coming in to the pits. And then we have... Oh, we've got a car stationary on the side of the road. I don't know who that was. We just had someone go quicker. That was It's Tops on the mediums. But BXCN for some reason on the hards. I'm not exactly sure what his mindset is going into that strategy. It's Tops did set that lap on 2-lap-old tyres, so I'd imagine he'll be able to gain a lot more time when he comes in and puts the softs on. We've got RSF1 Hunt, recently moved to AlphaTauri, and is the only driver to have scored in every race so far, except from last week's sprint race, where he only just missed out, to be fair. But as he starts his lap now, we'll stay on board with him as he heads into turn 1. I don't know if this track has corner names. I don't think it does. He heads down under the Rolex line into turn 2. Through turn 3, cuts a lot of that corner, and up the hill to the fast left-hander. Misses the apex by about a mile. Do not want to ride this curb way too much, as it will spin you. Sausage curb on the outside can cause trouble. Very easy to pick up penalties there as he heads in to the last couple of corners of the sector. Not a great lap so far from the AlphaTauri driver. 56.1 so far, and that's an invalidation. Thanks to Al on another lap himself. We'll jump on board with Carnator actually, who makes his return after a few weeks away. I'm not really sure where he's been. I'd imagine maybe school. I'm not really sure. He's just not been here. That's all I know. Carnator now looking to make a good impression. Obviously started here at the back end of last season when me and him had a lovely battle at Las Vegas where it came down to the last lap. It was very good racing for myself and him. Not looking the best of laps here, but first lap jitters I would imagine. I'm not sure if he's been racing all too much since his last race here, but I'm sure he has time to improve. I'm not sure how long we have left on the session. We have just over 10 minutes. Biggest surprise so far, Hamid is up to 3rd still, but we are still waiting for the big boys to set their laps as Squire, Chris and Optic all out on track, and Joe as well. Here comes Carnator, puts himself up into 3rd. Who is going to be the next driver to set a lap? It's going to be RSF1 Hunt, who is now rounding the final corner. He has kept this lap not invalid, it is valid. He beats Bradford. I don't think Brad was using any ERS, he is now. We will jump on board with Simple Chris, current reigning defending champion. Not great through there, as you can see. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I think it's like $4.99 now, I think. I think Twitch put their prices up. Or feel free to use your Prime sub. It helps the channel immensely. As I've stated previously, any money that gets done within the EIR streams, the money gets put towards whatever we kind of really need. Silver Quiz now rounding the final corner. Not going to be a great lap. Up to third. But it was quite a scruffy lap it was. We'll jump on board with Let Joe, and he goes to the top of the table. And it's only a 10th ahead of Albany, so it's not too far in between each other. Optic, I think, was on a lap and then has peeled back into the pits. Let's look at... keep an eye on its tops. Who, after a nervy few starts to this season, he's getting a good rhythm. Been in the points, I think, for the last 3 or 4 races now, so he's doing an excellent job in the Alpine. As he rounds the final corner, will he be able to go up on his time? He does, up to 5th place. Lovely lap from the Alpine driver. Oh, Squire is doing something. BXCN, he now rounds the final corner, which I think he had a Ferrari just ahead of him. Will probably be Brad. And BXCN goes to 5th on the hards. What a solid lap from the other Alpine driver who just about goes ahead of his teammate. Still waiting for Squire and Optic to set some laps. Conan's finger, I think it's just finished another lap by the looks of things. And I think that's going to be it for now. So we'll jump on back on board with Optic as he starts his first flying lap. Says he's on the hards, but he is actually on the hards. I swear it just said he was on the softs on the actual thingy. Oh well, I don't know. We've got Havoc and Optimus back out on track. I'd imagine they'll have 2 more tries to go. McLaren looking good so far. Simple up into 4th currently. Havoc starting his lap now. We have got a few more drivers doing what they need to do, but we're staying on board with the McLaren driver who did not have a good result last week after DNFing both races, so he'll be looking to make it up at this race. No sprint race this weekend, as we're just having the normal configuration, I guess. Optic pops himself up into 7th place. We've got Conan's finger cutting some grass. Needs to be careful that on his way back into the pits. Let's have a look, see how Havoc is doing. He's currently up purple in the 2nd sector. So he'll be surprised. Finished here last season in 7th. He'll be looking to beat that this week. Or tonight, sorry. Picked up his first post-race penalty last week after he was deemed to be at fault for putting Optic into the wall. So it was his first ever penalty in his whole entire Racing League career. And he popped himself up into a lovely 5th place there. As we await RSF1 Hunt to do something. Also got the Haas of Optimus on another outlap. Still waiting for Squire to come out of the pits again. RSF1 up 7/10 up on his best time. That would put him just above Conan's finger. See if he's able to gain any more time at this final corner. DRS wide open. He goes up to 30. He goes up to 10th. Great lap from the Alpha Tauri. We got on board with Carnator in the Williams. Gangster was probably thrilled to have a teammate this week. It always seems to be Gangster out that loses a teammate first, usually. Optimus starting his lap as well. I'd imagine we'll have everyone coming out fairly soon. Oh, Carnator losing the rear end there. Track deemed to be the Monaco without the barriers. We'll have a fairly high downforce setup here. 7/10 up currently. That would bolster him up to about 5th place, I think. Maybe even higher as he rounds the final corner. To the line, let's see where he can go. Goes up to 5th, as I predicted. And now I'd imagine everyone is going to be pouring out onto the track. Optimus has invalidated his lap. Havoc has retired in the pits, so he's done that all he can do. We have a McLaren getting out of the way of a Red Bull, it seems. Got RSF100 on a lap himself, nearly losing the rear end. Like Squire and Optic having to get out of the way of the Alfa Tauri, sorry. Can't wait to try and learn all these new names next season. I couldn't tell if he was up on his time. I think he was. Hasn't got much ERS though. So this will be his last and final go. I think he might run out of ERS out the final corner. DRS goes up to 8th place. Lovely lap. And Carnator comes into the pits. Simple Chris on a lap now as he has the Mercedes of Albany, I think, getting just out of the way. And a Ferrari of, I think, Bradford about to give him a tow. And he goes to 2nd. Lovely lap. And Carnator is in the pits. Yeah. Who's next? That's RSF1 done. It's Tops rounding the final corner. He will be the last driver to set a flying lap. Have we got anyone close to... I'm not even going to ask. We've got Optic actually. I think it's going to be the next driver across the line. We have got an Alfa Romeo, which I think is Pulse Ray. Oh! Pulse Ray's nearly lost it. Well, he has, but... Here comes Optic. Can he get into the top 5 of this lap? Rounding the final corner. DRS wide open. Where can he place the McLaren? He goes to 5th. It's a lovely lap. BXTN also now rounding the final corner. We've got RSF100. No. Squire goes on to provisional pole. Here comes BXTN. He goes 3rd, and Let Joe has peeled into the pits because he's invalidated his lap. Bradford crosses the line, goes P8. Oh wow. Have we got anyone else on a quick lap? Chris is in the pits. It's Tops is on a lap as well. Here comes Optimus round the final corner. It's not going to be a quicker. He does go slightly quicker, only by 2/10. It's Tops though, rounding the final corner. Kenny topple RSF100 as he rounds the final corner. DRS wide open. He goes to 10th and pushes Havoc all the way down to 11th place. And that is going to be qualifying over as soon as Adam gets into the pits. So Squire on pole position. But there we have it. Allied Squire on pole by the smallest of margins. Top 4 all separated by a tenth. Actually, top 5 separated by a tenth. Allied Squire on pole position with Let Joe in P2, Albany in P3, BXTN in P4, Sinful Quist in P5, Pulse Ray in P6, Optic P7, Bradford P8, Carnotaur in P9, Tops in P10, Havoc P11, Hunt in 12th, Optimus in 13th, Conan's Finger 14th, Gangster Owl in 15th, and Resimo serving his qualifying ban after retiring on the track in Qatar. So he's got a massive job on his hand. And we will be getting going in 5 minutes' time, so that gives drivers plenty of time to go to the toilet. It's a very dark looking sky. It's very overcast. Could we see some rain in this race? I'm not going to press the start button because I know what happened the last time I did it. I had to leave the session. So I should see waiting for players. There we go. I'm not even going to look at the driving the tyre strategies because I'm afraid that I will have to remove myself. So we will just wait until we get onto the formation lap. Hopefully no one readies up just yet. Adam, when it hits the timer, just ready up when it hits 59 minutes past. Thank you. What's my battery life on? Should have enough to. If you see that my stream go a bit blank, it's because I'm changing batteries because they're nearly dead. So whilst we wait, I'm going to talk about WrestleMania. I watched both nights. I watched up until the Roman and Rock versus Seth and Cody match, and fell asleep just before the match started. I did have a little bit of a sleep beforehand, which I thought might have helped me, but it didn't. Night 1 was okay. I'd probably say... See, the Uso brother match, it was kind of boring, personally. Which they'll probably do another couple of matches. Because I think we've got Backlash in France, I believe. And then... Is it Bash in Berlin afterwards? Or is it SummerSlam? I'm not exactly sure. But we've got Raw on tonight, so I might actually try and watch it, because the Raw after the WrestleMania is usually hyped as shit. But night 2, obviously, big main point. Just the Roman versus Cody match, oh my god. Initially I had Roman to win, but apparently according to Triple H they've got something new planned for him, so I'm not exactly sure what the plan is for him. Maybe they have a feud with The Rock and Roman up till next year's Mania. But the fact that we had both Usos, Solo, Cena, so it might look like we might have Cena versus Solo again, which I don't think it should happen, just because Solo is just gonna probably batter him again, but shit happens. Yeah, then The Undertaker and Seth coming out to the Shield music. I saw the reaction on Twitter, and everyone assumed that Dean was going to come out, and I was just like, he's literally contracted with AEW. They're not going to let him come over here for the 5 minutes that he was involved in the match. Would it have been cool? Yeah. Is it realistic? No. I was expecting MJF to turn up though. But that's what the Raw is usually about, because they usually have either return. But there's so many people that could return. You have Sheamus, you've got Braun Strowman. You've got a load of people that could return. Who's this? Boo. Oh my god, you're actually alive. John, hello. Ugh, where have you been? Oh, race is about to start. Well, formation up. Hello. Literally, me and Bonge were talking about you the other day, saying that you haven't streamed in like a month's time. I hope you've been well, mate. Right, formation lap is a go. We'll jump onto the tyre, and then that will do. That's okay, mate. You ain't got to apologise to me. It's just good to hear from you. Because, like I said, I was talking to Bonge the other day, and we were saying that you haven't streamed. Because we were on the topic of Danny Aarons, and I was saying to him that he hasn't streamed in absolute ages. So I haven't renewed my Prime sub to him. And then kind of got into the conversation of that you haven't streamed in a while, so I just assumed that you had more important things to be going on. It's good to hear from you though, mate. I know you've been like on Facebook and all that, but... Oh, and Squire's died already on the formation up. Things you'd love to see. Anyway, the strategy. 3 drivers on the hards, 6 drivers on the mediums, and the rest are on the softs. So, I say mix, but it's mixed between the mediums and the softs. The hards, eh. But no, it's good to hear from you, John. Let's get on board with the pole sitter. Yeah, I'm okay, bro. I've just been sorting myself out, you know. I'll be back soon. Good to hear, mate. Back and better than ever. Has your Max Verstappen cut out and flag come yet? That's what we're all waiting for. Or your return to league racing. We can make it happen, John. You can have whatever car, teammate. You can have Bonge. There you go. Teammate already done. What is Squire doing? Does what he wants, I suppose. Waiting for the last remaining. I still need to order it, but I get paid tonight. Oh, fair enough, mate. And Havoc's been disqualified. Here we go. Who are we going to wait for this week? No one. We have 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and Lecho seems to have got a better start. Then Ally Squiney is going to lead into turn 1. What is Albany going to be able to do? He's swamped by BXTN, and that is Sinful Chris having to dodge whatever happened at the start. Optic up into 6th, and where's Havoc? Havoc is all the way down in 10th, Pulse Ray up to 5th. And Bradford having a lovely battle with his rival Optic there. Everyone seems to have gotten away fairly good. Squire on pole. No, let's go. Mate, he's actually improved quite a lot since you last saw him. I think he's had a couple of race wins. Connor's figure is just overtaking race. People who haven't been doing very well, race. I don't know what's happened to Squire. That is. Oh, got Simple Chris. Carnator losing a couple of positions there. Struggling to get the traction down. Oh, that's up the inside. And Carnator's having to getting out of everybody's way. I think he might be retiring. Oh, that's someone off. That is Conan's finger. Off into the wall. I don't think there's any damage. Oh, and Bradford, I think, is spun. He has indeed. Not really sure what's happened to him. Yeah, that's going to be Carnator into the pits. I hope it's not in a retirement. I don't think it is. Maybe picked up a little bit of damage. RSF 100, and it stops battling it out. And RSF 100 around the outside. And it is up to 9th. Pulse Ray doing an amazing job. And Squire losing a lot of time. He is on the hards though. Here comes Albany. He's starting to pick up on his performances. Doing quite well so far. Havoc onto the back of Optic. Not exactly sure what happened to Brad. I'm sure if any shenanigans has gone afoot, we will hear from it. Optimus onto the back and Reese is down the inside, but doesn't get the job done. Carlswell is going to have to hope for a miracle that any sort of thing out of this race. He is behind his teammate and 23 seconds behind. Here comes Havoc. DRS will be activated next lap, and Albany down the inside of Allied Squire up to P2. When we're going to... Funny enough, I was talking to Bonge and Adam about this yesterday, and I would happily make EIR a 100% league. But no one races it in this league, and they all like 50%. So what I was thinking of doing is bringing back the Christmas Cup kind of thing and making that a 100% race. It can be like an actual race itself where we can put up like a prize or something. And then if people like it, then we can maybe think about every now and then doing a 100% race. Here comes Reese to the outside of RSF 100. That was like he moved a couple of times there from the Alpha Tauri. I'm sure Reese isn't gonna take that laying down. Squire playing the long game right now. He is indeed. But yeah, I think we're gonna pencil in a Christmas race. Well, funny enough, because the game comes out a lot earlier this year, literally next month, and Reese down the inside of RSF Hunt. If we do the whole month, oh, that's a yellow flag. I think that's Brad round again. Brad is not having a race to remember. Yeah, so I think we're just going to pencil in for a Christmas kind of cup. If people like it, then we can maybe even make a new league for 100% races. But yeah, because I was talking to Bonge about it yesterday, and he was like, I would race, and Adam said he'd race, and I guess like the people from DRL who would, I guess, like join. I know Havoc, maybe he'd be interested. But 100% races are just, you know, not very well known anymore. I know Creator Series do it, they do it quite well, but the only reason they get views is because, obviously, look at the people that are in it. Simple Chris down the inside of Pulse Ray. Pulse Ray debut though. Oh, he's gonna switch back on the McLaren, but does not get the job done. It stops, and RSF 100 having a battle themselves. And RSF 100 yet again comes out on top. Got Bradford on the back of Conan's finger. Both driven by a Ferrari engine, but we are on equal performance, so there's more of a Honda engine. Conan's finger. Oh, we've got our first time penalty. I did say it was fairly easy to pick up. Oh, we look like going for a move there. Albany's starting to bring the gap down now towards Let Joe. The fact that we're missing 3 drivers. So hopefully next week, which is our last race before a week break, because I am on holiday. Oh, John, I'm coming down your area in 2 weeks. Coming to Yarmouth for the week. Here comes Tops. And that is for P10. You're going to be able to keep it covered off. RSF1 Hunt with the straight line speed, it seems. They're going to make contact, aren't they? Squire with an hour 3-second time break. Got Conan's Finger. Oh, that's very good racing. Conan's Finger and Bradford into the pits. Oh, where is Adam go? What is he doing? Oh. Oh, that's... We have a virtual safety car. And it's now a full safety car. And I'd imagine they're going to be pitting. Will Albany follow suit? Yeah, it's going to look like everyone will be pitting. Optic could be in a little bit of a bother, but I think he's going to stay out. He is indeed. Where's everyone going to feed out? Optic needs to be careful to find where the safety car actually is. Ah, you can fuck off. Ban away. Get your shit messages out of here. I'd imagine Optic will pit the next lap. Its Tops just about comes out ahead of RSF1 Hunt. Carnator continues on. Is DNF... I'm not going to point fingers and say that he deliberately crashed out, because I don't think he did, but it did look kind of sketchy to the naked eye. I think on the hards, he'll be going long into this race. I expect Optic to be in this lap, although he will be last. Probably. Actually, no, I don't think he'll be last. He'll probably come out ahead of... probably just behind Gangster Al. And then he would be on the freshest tyres of everyone. So Conan's Finger actually pitted a lap before the safety car, so he hasn't actually needed to, unless he's on a lap old tyre. Oh, Optic is going to stay out. Ride on board. Fuck off, Reese. Yeah, sure, I'll ride on board with him. Okay, hang on, bear with. Ah, it's not letting me. This is illegal. I can't ride on board with Optimus Prime. That actually reminds me, I need to watch the new Transformers. I haven't watched it yet. So Brad is now heading in to the first corner. So I would imagine safety car will be in this lap. I'd imagine Optic will probably opt for another safety car. But that's definitely helped. Albany's going to be very quick on the opening laps. Joe, I think he's getting a little bit frustrated behind Optic. Reese, is this all you're going to do, by the way? Wait for someone to crash out and then want me to ride on board with them? Safety car should now say it's coming in. There you go, told you. Let's actually stick on board with Joe. Actually, let's go on board with Albany. Because Optic is a little bit out of sync with everybody. Oh god. If I speak, I am in big trouble. Big trouble. Might want to gear up to go racing again, by the way. When will Optic decide to go? And it seems now is the answer. So Joe will be going to the end, I'd imagine, on those sides. Will we have any moves into turn 1? Albany's looking for the move. And we've got Carnator on RSF1 Hunt. Conan's fingers. Someone's broken it. Oh, Conan's finger has no front wing. And Brad up into 13th. And Albany. Oh, Albany's up into 2nd already. How's he done that? We simmer up to 8th. Head of Havoc. Albany needs to be really careful onto the back of Optic. Optic is going to be slightly slower due to the tyre that they are on. I imagine Albany will absolutely send it. Optic gives them the room, pushes them out ever so slightly to the outside. That's going to leave Albany with a clean sweep up the inside. Oh, I think Joe has just lost a shit ton of positions. Joe's going for a move into the inside. Oh, no. Oh, the Pulse Ray looking for a move though. BXTN up into 3rd. And I'd imagine we'll see a quick swap of Optic and Joe. Here comes Reese. Not going well for the championship lead on this race. Oh, Reese nearly runs into the back of him. Oh, he does run into the back of him. Great. That is brakes that are that red, or is it just his calipers? I think that actually is his brakes. That's actually mental. And Conan's finger is indeed in 2. And that is P6. Oh, that's Conan's finger doing something. Oh, I think that's Joe coming into the pits. Has he got a broken front wing? He does not like those hards. So he will come up behind Gangster Row. It's a broken front wing. So something went on. I think with whatever happened at the final corner. Reese up into 5th. Albany leads. So he's going to have to pull something out of his arse to... He'll get points. I have no doubt about that. His first struggle will be Brad, because Brad doesn't usually... I'd say he doesn't usually fight fair, but he does end Brad's out. He retired on track. why. Oh. Optic nearly killing Havoc. Retaliation from last week, I think. I'm joking. Oh, I won't. Oh, Brad is now rejoined. I wonder if he's had something happen then. Does he wouldn't risk retiring on track. I've known him for bloody ages, he's never done it before, so I ain't got a clue. Oh my god. Alright, rocket ship. Jesus. Someone's using Monza wings at Hungary. Adam, if you're still watching and Brad's in your pie, tell him to come into the chat and ask what happened. Because I'm really confused. He was in the points, so why he was? He wasn't. I don't think he was just. I don't think he was in the points, was he? Oh no, he would have been because he was ahead of both Williams. I ain't got a clue. The only thing I can really think of if he doesn't retired on track purposely, then maybe his wheel just turned off, because it can happen. And then his car just went straight on, but as I can't just say, oh yeah, he's retired on track for the purpose of it. That Joe gets past. Thanks are out. He's getting a point this race, so he's getting 2 points actually. He's got fastest lap so far actually. That'll be Albany. Albany might be picking up a penalty here. The amount of times he's running wide. That'll be batteries. Right, I'll be back in a minute, lads. Need to change the... Hello, I'm back. What happened? Absolutely nothing. Things you'd love to see. Oh, Squire! Really spinning the car there. What's up for Chris? Onto his good friend BXTN. Nearly died. And that is Chris up into the podium. My driver of the day so far is definitely Reese, all the way from last to 5th place. Here comes RSF 100 on to Optic. Oh dear. Go on Optic, send it. Ah. Optic will probably be in, I'd imagine, next lap. Or even this lap actually. Joe will move up to 10th. Carter and Optic will definitely both have to pit. Albany will have to pit, he's on softs, they aren't going to last the entirety of the race. I feel like Chris is probably on the better strategy at the moment, being the leading driver on the hardest tyre. Or Optic. Definitely will be pitting this lap. If it doesn't pit this lap, then I'll be very surprised. staying out. Ooh. I'm guessing. I'm surprised Reese hasn't asked me to go on board with beating it. Actually, that's because he's probably right behind this battle. Reese on for a podium as we are looking. So I would keep P2. The reign of Joe has finally over. Ooh, BXCN losing the rear. So they're making him lose a lot of time. How far behind? 30 seconds. I don't think Joe will have to pit either. Personally. I don't think BXTN has any ERS yet. Like, it doesn't have much. Surely Optic will be in. It's like, here comes Reese down the inside. Pushing him. Just about pushing his way past. But BXTN on the inside. Brakes a little bit later than Reese does. But I think Reese has the corner next line. He pushes BXTN off the circuit. BXTN is still there. We've got a yellow flag. Reese, I think you have to give that position back, mate. Oh, we've got a... Someone went off. Not exactly sure who. Someone's... And then someone's being lapped. That's Conan's finger. Fair enough. I didn't think someone was going quite slow through there. Reese has actually given the position back. Good boy. Wait, Reese actually listened for once? Holy shit. Reese, you're a changed man. Right, let's see if Optic is listening. Optic, pit. Box, 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 box. Pit confirm and box. Let Joe up into 11th. Oh, I thought he was actually pitting then. RSF 1 Hunt. But Tops is just so quick in a straight line. Like a rocket ship. Tell you what, it's getting quite hot. Ray, stop running wide. Or should we get a penalty next lap? But that's what I saw. I saw a invisible card. I didn't know who it was. We are around about halfway through this race, so if the lobby does blow up in good fashion, half points are awarded, and that would be a pain in the ass to do. Because they ain't doing that. I'll just go back to like 2008 days, whereas top 10 it was just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. BXCN getting a little bit of help from the DRS there from Conan's finger. I mean, he hasn't DNF, so I feel like this is been a alright race for him. 2 more DNFs though, and he's in the points. And Reese about to go wide in 3, 2, 1. Oh, no, kept on within track limits. Oh, God. Throwing my phone everywhere. Squire. Okay. I usually do it for about a lap. Not a lot really going on. Optic is onto the back of Hunt. Oh, and Squire is boxing. Very early from Squire, I think. Let's see what size he goes on. Sets another set mediums. Is what? That's where he's done medium, medium, medium. Oh, he started on hard. Fair enough. So he will be going to the end on those tyres. Should just come up behind Pulse Ray and Havoc. And he got ahead of it stops he has. Here comes Let Joe. And that's a fairly easy pass for the AlphaTauri. Now, will the AlphaTauri pairing... Yeah, Adam's not going to let him through, is he? Let's be honest. Oh my god, they're actually going to make contact. Joe just got better tyres. I actually thought Adam was about to absolutely kill him then. Undercut time. Yeah, I'd imagine Albany would be in this lap. He is indeed. What does Chris do? Squire up to 5th now. Chris will stay out. Gets to the end, follows suit. I wonder if Reese will help his teammate out ever so slightly. That's Conan's finger coming into the pits. And Albany. Where is this going to lead? Squire. Is he about to get out ahead of the Mercedes? I think he is. He has undercut the Mercedes. And Squire is into the net lead of this race. But he does have a 3-second time penalty to have to deal with. Pulse Ray also into the pits. Let Joe up to 7th now. Could still get a podium actually, personally. I mean, if he keeps, if Albany wants to keep running out that wide, then he's going to be able to pick up a penalty himself, and that will be very interesting to the end. Let's ride on board with Reese, who's right onto the back of BXCN now. Will we see any of these 3 drivers pit? Lightshock is back home from his work. Only just about missed the race. So Chris will stay out. And BXCN is into the pits. And he gets it slowed down just in time. And now Chris will lead this race. Will he pit? I reckon he will pit near the end. Allied Squire setting the fastest lap of the race. Prediction, Squire was just as fast as Albany when Albany had the tyres. Squire is going to disappear. You are technically correct, he's just gained another 1.1 that lap, so... And they've got around about the, so they have got the same amount of ERS as well. Let Joe getting out just ahead of BXTN. Joe might have to pit again actually. Been on those laps, been on those tyres for 11 laps so far. Optic finally pits for a set of hards. Still within the points though. After for that, I'd imagine anyone that's kind of above 10 laps, I'd imagine might pit again. Conan's finger picking up a time penalty. BXN's a lot quicker it seems. Got another yellow flag. Oh, Reese has done something. I think he's had a spin. I think he was pitting anyway, so I don't think he's going to lose all too much time. What tyres is he on? He's going to be on the mediums till the end. Joe seems to be struggling, and here comes BXCN down the inside. This will be a fairly simple move for the Alpine driver. He will get another dosage of DRS. Only one DRS detection point around this track, which is I believe just before the final corner where Optic is now going through. And I'd imagine Joe will now start to lose a lot of time. It has not been his race this week. I'll be starting to put in a bit of time now. Squire's definitely catching up to Chris. Wonder if Squire will try and keep a bit of DRS going down the pit straight. I think he will just about. He does. That's gonna push him ahead of Albany ever so slightly. Using the ERS to the advantage as well. Blue flag, that'll be for Albany. Get part. Oh, Squire losing the rear. That is not going to do his tyres any good. Let Joe losing. He's already lost 2.7 in a lap. Definitely not going to be let Joe's night. Could be Albany's. Chris starting to lose a lot of time. I'd imagine he might be in next lap. Or even this lap, actually. Albany looked like he was having a bit of trouble with Gangster Owl there. Another yellow flag. Who is that for? I think it's Carnotaur. Having a little bit of trouble. Will we see Chris in this lap? Because he's definitely going to get caught. Probably on the next lap. Will Chris peel into the pits? No, stays up for one more lap. Here comes Albany though. Going to be all over the Red Bull driver. Will he get him down the inside? Oh, message from John again. That's why I left the magic on. To be fair, he's got a lot more ERS than Albany now, and they did have it around the same time. BXDN up to 4th. Havoc comes into the box. He will probably come out just ahead of Carnotaur, I would say. Yeah, Carnotaur is now rounding the final corner, so Havoc can now get the throttle down and start catching up. Polstray, who's ahead of him. Polstray's done an excellent job tonight. Yeah, Chris isn't going to give that position up that easy. Albany having a sniff there. And I'd imagine Squire is about to fly past. Here comes Albany though. 3 wide. Yeah, not quite. Oh, Squire losing the rear again. Here comes Reese on Joe. Just not going for Joe tonight. False rate, it's tops us into the pits for his final pit stop. Actually been a quite entertaining race for a Hungarian Grand Prix. He will come out behind Optic. Gonna be a bit of a lonely race for its tops now. I think he is on the softs though. Maybe going for. Oh, that was someone off. RSF1 Hunt is off track, and Polstray picks up a time penalty. I have a feeling we might see Adam in this lap. He's starting to lose a lot of time onto the cars around him. Going to set soft to the end, I'd imagine. Oh, someone in this. How did Brad Bennett? I don't know. It looked like he just retired on track and then left the session, but then he rejoined. So my first thought would maybe his wheel just turned off or something. Here comes Squire. Albany into the lead now. But yeah, I don't actually know what happened. But I can't really... Yeah, Adam is into the bits. And he will be 12th, I think. Yeah, he'll still get points though. Which is what he needs, unless he crashes out in the next few laps. That's actually quite a battle I want to see. Pulse Ray and Havoc. This will be a very interesting race. But yeah, they were going... Actually, where they're going now, it said Brad had retired, but he was definitely moving. So my guess is that his wheels either just messed up or he has retired on track, but that wouldn't explain why he then leaves the session and then rejoins back. Let's show us into the pits. That Joe definitely going for fastest lap. I wonder if Conator will be able to get out ahead of Joe. I think he will. No, Joe comes out just ahead. Well, plenty of time to catch up to Havoc though. That's why doing everything so far to keep that P2. Let's have a look at this penalty situation. 3-3-3-6. But not too bad from the drivers tonight. They've all had at least one stop. Chris is only the no, both McLarens, the only drivers that have done the one stop so far. That is a yellow flag. That is Gangster Al round. But he has kept it going. So no safety car for that incident. Havoc now gets past Pulse Rate. What a move, clutching the end of that. Pulse Rate did get in DRS though, so he's about to get that position straight back down the inside. These two don't really want to battle each other too much. So yeah, we've got... Actually, that's actually a point. Let me just check to see where we are next week. Actually, that gives me a... Well, I've just had word from Brad. He has put something in the chat. And apparently his car just retired himself. Whether you believe that or not, it's completely up to you, but it does actually happen on this game, because this game is awful. And let Joe have a time for it, and Adam with a penalty, for God's sake. So for people who don't know, we have an extra point for a clean race, so that means no penalties at the end of the race. So if you had a 5-second time penalty, but you had served it during the race, as long as you don't have a penalty, so you don't have the black and white symbol next to your name after you've crossed the line, then you are, I guess, eligible for another point. But that's only going to be here for the rest of the season, because we are removing it from next season. We're just going to stick to the... I mean, our point system that we have. So we have points from 1st to 12th. That was to promote, well, better racing. Chris is into the pits. Better racing and just cleaner racing, personally. Does it work all the time? No. But has it worked? Yes. But I feel like we shouldn't give an extra point for clean racing where realistically you should be doing that anyway. And Chris comes out in P5. So it looks like Albie's going to be able to come away with a win. He did win last week, I think. But he had a penalty, so he lost it to Joe. Here comes, talking of Joe, here comes Let Joe. The other Joe isn't here, Despair, he is on holiday somewhere. Sent a picture of him from where it appears he was sitting down enjoying a lovely... Oh, and Gangster out of the race, and we have a safety car! Oh, the absolute scenes, and that is... Oh, and Albany has missed the pit entry. Oh, pulse rate, for God's sake. Oh, hi Thomas. Wanna come say hi? I'm streaming. Wanna say hello to the stream? Come with them. Say hello.
Hello.
There you go. That is my son, ladies and gentlemen. He was actually the one that helped me. Was it last week? He's a doctor today, apparently. At 9:45. You're at school in the morning. Right, you wanna go read a book? That Joe has just got past Pulse Raider pits.
Why are you hurt?
Where am I hurt? I'm not hurt anywhere, little man.
You hurt your belly?
No. Simple Chris is up into third. No, right, go to bed now, look. Right, go on, go to bed. I'll see you in the morning. You want to take your book? Right, good boy. So I'm guessing we'll have one more lap behind the old safety car. Oh, Havoc's into bits. Quite a late call. Pulse Ray will have to come in probably the lap the safety car comes in as well. Can't serve your drive-through under the safety car. Oh, well, we need one more driver out and Connor gets points. Oh, Adam's in as well. Right, Adam's had a bit of a spin or something. Optic taking a Sunday drive with his McLaren. Safety car will be in this lap. Albie's going to be a bit of a sitting duck, I think. Safety car is indeed in this lap. The rest of the cars should be able to catch up. As Albany got the pace in those mediums to keep the likes of everyone behind him who is on fresh softs. I'd imagine Albany will not want to go until after the final corner. All straight into the pits, and we are back underway. And pulse rate into the pits. Oh! Contact is made! And I think that's a broken front wing for the McLaren. It is indeed. BXTN down the inside. BXTN up in the second now. I have no idea what's just happened. Carnage has just happened. BXTN looking for a move on Albany. Oh boy. Oh dear. Wow. How is Joe up to fourth, man? Come on. Havoc, you might get a podium. Keep with them. I beg. Come on, Havoc. And Reese is in the lead. The absolute scenes. BXCN and Optic. Here we go, last lap. Squire will... I think he's going to finish P4. Pulse Ray's into the pits again, apparently. He'll get points on his debut. Unlike Optimus. But Reese, he's gonna last first. I've only just realised. He's gonna last first. Oh my god. He nearly crashed. Will Havoc get that podium? I think he will. No! Havoc! But Reese, out of absolutely nowhere, rounds the final corner, and he wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Oh, Adams just crashed. Oh, Havoc nearly getting a podium. Shouldn't have let BXTM past. Adam, what happened to you? Fucking Albany. Oh. Oh. You missed a video chat with Connor. I'm still streaming. How did Brad... we read that. Yeah, I agree. Race driver of the day. Actually, I want to congratulate you, Connor. I don't know if you're ever going to watch this, but congratulations on your first finish. Adam will just about finish in the points. So it seems like Albany is a very naughty boy by the sounds of it. But Reese, from absolutely nowhere, wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Chris in P2, BXTN in P3, Havoc P4, Squire P5, Optic in P6, Joe P7, Albany P8, Carnotaur P9, Tops 10th, Polstray in 11th, RSF1 Hunt in 12th, Conan's Finger, the last finisher of the race in, well, 12th, Conan's Finger in 13th, sorry, Gangster Owl crashing out quite late on, and Brad, I have no idea what actually happened to him, and Optimus looks like he's being a naughty boy. A DT for what? I believe you sped under the safety car. That's what it said when it came up. But that is it from us, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure to stream for yous once again. We will be back next week for the final race before we have a week break, as I'm going on holiday. Thank God, I deserve it. But yeah, we will be here for the Japanese Grand Prix. So that will be very interesting. Can Let Joe get back on to winning ways next week? Tune in at 8:30 UK time. Until then, guys, thank you for watching, and goodbye.